Welcome back, my friends. Today we're on episode 2 with our federal range brass here. We've got 50 pieces and we're seeing how many firings we can get out of it. Owie. So we picked them up as once fired and now we've shot them once, so they are now twice fired. And if you remember from our range trip, we only ended up with 35 out of the 50 rounds on the freaking paper. So either A, I'm horrible at shooting, which is a known, that's a given. Or B, the bullet's not stabilizing, this is a horrible powder bullet combination, something like that. And I mentioned our powder charge was right smack dab in the middle between starting load and then maximum for starting load, maximum, and then plus P was another half grain higher than that. So I thought I'd go right in the middle of the road. Well, apparently my gun is not liking this load. We're gonna go all the way to the starting charge, the other end of the spectrum. We're going all the way back down to 3.5 grains instead of 4 where we were. We're gonna keep running with the Fiocchi primers. Everything else will be the same. Again, same brass. We're going to run them again until they're done. Let me get these primers loaded up in our tube and we'll get at them. Stick with me. I guess we should have a quick look at our brass before we really go ahead and get them loaded again. But our primers, those of course are nice and round. And we should never really see a flat primer on a 38 Special because the maximum pressure, even for plus P, is only like 19,000 PSI. Primers generally don't start flattening until like 40,000 or something crazy. So we should never see that on our 38 Special. But as you can see, we got a nice clean burn of the powder. There's no sooty residue on our case mouth. We had a good clean burn there. Okay, well, I guess we had a nice seal around the outside, but there is a little bit of unburnt powder left on the inside of some of these. But I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I guess we could up the charge later, but I'm going down to the starting charge today. We might see a little more unburnt powder after this, and I have experienced that as well with accurate number 5. But we'll try it with number 2 back at the starting charge. And again, all of our primers look beautiful. No case splitting on the neck, nothing like that. So these are all perfect. I have no problem reloading these again. All right, now we'll load up our primers and get back on the press here. So here we are, ready to go. Let's see how this first one feels. Okay, yeah, that was very nice. Seated very nicely there. Beautiful. See how this one feels. Of course it deprimes with no problem. And it primes very easily, but not in a gross loose kind of way, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll check that this one got powder. And a quick look, there's our 3.5 grains of number 2. And rotate. Okay. Alright, so there's our very first round, looking very nice. And as you guys know, on the 550, the very first round, when the shell plate's not fully loaded, seats a little bit higher. So once you get them all loaded down, it evens out and seats it a little bit shorter there. But that one looks pretty good right now. Primer looks good, just below flush. Beautiful. So the other day at the range, I was kind of in a hurry. I had to run out, after work. And since it's getting later in the year, you guys know it gets dark real soon now. It was like 5:30, 5:45 maybe. And the sun's already going down. So you saw me. I was basically just mag dumping my cylinder there. And I was, well, aside from that stupid crap, I didn't really get the accuracy I was wanting. Maybe we should bring out a huge, like 3-foot silhouette target or something, or just a giant piece of cardboard, like a 3-foot box or something, just to see where they're hitting. Maybe they're not stabilizing. I'll back up. Well, I did back up to 20 yards, and that's where we saw some of those little swipes, I think, but I want to back all the way up to 25 and kind of use the little rest. See if we can actually get them to either group or see if they hit the paper at all, or see if they're not stabilizing and keyholing. Kind of hard to tell right now, but we'll figure it out. Well, I'll tell you what. Alright, so double check. This one needs deprime still. That one needs seated, so that means we don't have powder there. We're good to pull the handle. Sorry, I have to remind myself where we're at if I ever stop when we're doing this crap. Sorry, it's not crap. I'm having a good time. You know what I mean? If I'm making videos and I stop, I have to double check everything. Make sure I know where I'm at in the process. And thankfully, haven't had, let's knock on the wood there. We haven't had any accidents or squibbies or double charges or any of that yet. I said yet because, you know, I'm not immune to it. We just have to take our time and pay attention. And if you ever question anything, if you felt like it was weird, if you think back and you went, crap, did I really do this when I meant to do that? You know, sometimes you just have to pull the whole box of bullets just to find out. And if you were wrong and you didn't screw up, then, you know, you still have your gun, you still have your components. Nothing was hurt but your time, maybe your ego. But at least you didn't get a kaboom. So as with everything, safety first, folks. Old dummy here, I'm pretty accident prone. Pretty good at getting myself into trouble. Getting banged up. But dang, these are just running smooth as all heck. No complaints yet this far. And I kind of like having the press just set up here ready to go. Because I just did these, because I just went and shot on Wednesday, and now it's Friday, I'm loading. I can go shoot Saturday, maybe get them loaded that night, maybe go out Sunday, who knows. Just depends on the schedule, because I've been freaking busy as heck. And it's hard to squeeze in some range time right meow. We did get the AR sighted in with the old 1-6 Strike Eagle LPVO, or low power variable optic, for those that, you know, aren't into the cool guy stuff. High speed tactical cool guy stuff with illuminated reticles. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if I'll keep it on that gun though. So right now the Bushmaster has the 6 to 18 Diamondback, which is, you know, more for reach him out and touch him kind of thing. So that's not really a Bushmaster scope. I was just kind of using it for testing, so we can swap those two. Or we're going to put the Strike Eagle on the Blackout, put the red dot on the Bushmaster, put the Diamondback on the 223. Man, we just got so many options, I don't even know. Sounds like a freaking Vortex sponsor. I wish I had a Vortex sponsor. What's that? Uh-oh. There it is. That was weird. We got caught. Did you guys see that? Weird. Put him back. We'll come up a bit. Now we can prime. All right, that was interesting. Let's make sure everything's all right. That seemed a little abrupt there, don't you think? Okay, we'll make sure we got sized. Yeah, there's nothing fitting into that. We've got powder, we are seated here, and we are crimped there. Okay, all good. We just got hung up down here on the priming arm for some reason. Well, that was interesting. Ooh, it jumped out. Put him back there with his friends. Well, I'm glad y'all like hanging out here at the 550 with me. I haven't had time to do like real projects or anything, so I'm just kind of having fun with this project, testing the brass life and that sort of stuff. I guess we could have measured it, see if it grows with each firing, or if the case head starts to do something weird. I don't know. I'm not that sophisticated, so I'm just gonna fire them till they don't fire no more. I'm just a simple man My name is Dummy after all. But yeah, I've got 308 projects going on. I got 350 Legend going on. I got Bushmaster crap lined up. We got the Shooters World Shootout in 223 going on. I've got like, 6 powders with that to test, which isn't a big deal. I just am shorter on time than I am projects, if you know what I'm saying. And the next few weeks I'll be out of town traveling for work. So that will, that's not range time I get, even if I load the stuff up. Oh well, I'd rather be working than not doing anything, so I'll take all the work I can get. I think it just threw out my brand new primer. Look at that. Yeah, that's my brand new primer, just jumped out. Did you see that nonsense? What is going on here? I don't like that. Okay then. Okay, let me check that we have powder again. Okay, we're good. This priming mechanism is acting up today. Okay, so we're primed. Don't even have that many left, and it's just fighting me here on them. Goes up. And it just seems kind of sticky coming back in. I mean, I guess that's what she said, but you never know, man. Weirder things have happened. I'll just move slowly. Was I just getting ahead of myself and my skill and precision machine can't catch up? I really don't think that's the case. There's just something boogered up here. Not boogered up, gunked up. I need to clean the bad boy here. It's been a minute. We did hit it with the compressed air, but every once in a while, you get something in there you're not supposed to get. Okay, so we just got a few left. Haven't had any weird priming issues like that since it flew out that one time, but I've been moving slower and taking my time, and if I feel it jam up or anything, you just give it a little wiggle and it does its thing. But we'll have to just clean it, put it back together, make sure we're doing all good there. No big deal at all. Overall, a very smooth running 50 rounds here. It really takes absolutely no time. Lost one. Okay, we're down to 4 more here. And we'll head out to the range again. We'll try and get something done over the chronograph just to see how that goes. And I also have some of the 4-grain charges loaded up with the large pistol primers, so I can still test a little bit of that, see what that charge does with the large PPs. Okay, just one more. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say that these cases here, being twice fired, almost look pretty much polished and new. I mean, obviously they're not, but they're still pretty damn clean. All right, we're out of brass. That's the last piece. That's the last primer that came out. Perfect. Seating. And 2. And 1. and turn, and up, and down, and last one, and there we go. Boom, bingo. All right, we got them all loaded up with our 3.5 grains. This will be their third firing once we get out to the range, and I am hoping we can do better than that. Dang, man, come on. Anyways, let's get on out there. Stick with me. Let's get to the range. All right, we're back for round 2 here in the middle of a stinking tornado. Inclement weather on the way, so let's go ahead and blast through these. Got our target set up out there again, so let's get to it. We're still getting the same nice clean burn on our cases here. I think I'm shooting a little better today, and they're also grouping up a little better, so let's go take a look, and we'll blast through these before we get blown away in a tornado, because it's freaking blowing out there. Alright, welcome to the target here at the tornado. There's our first 10. The first 5 were actually right in here, and then I'm starting to open up here as I get blown around by the wind, but it's already looking better than it was the other day, so we got a couple more to shoot here. Let's get at it, and good deal. We're looking a lot better here. So I'm going to take a handful of these, and we'll try and see if we can hold it together and see what 50 rounds actually looks like. All right, beautiful. We were able to dude bro mag dump through our cases here. Again, they look almost brand new, just as clean. We had a nice clean burn with our 3.5 grains of number 2 there. Just a bit of residual powder in some of them, but I don't think it was quite as much as our other charge. It might be just as much, I don't know, it's hard to tell, but we'll check them out once we get back inside. Let's go have a look at our target before we get swept away in the wind. All right, this looks more on par about with how I can shoot compared to our last target, but again, it's hard to tell from here, and I still probably had a few off of the page that way, but this looks like a lot more than the 35 we were able to get with our other charge. Let's get back inside of the bench and we'll check it out and see what we're gonna do from there. Very nice, and we're back here from the range. So I think we had some improvements from our other target here. So this was 4 grains with the number 2, and here is 3.5 grains with the number 2. Counted 45 shots on target this time. I know there were at least a few, maybe 3 here when I was there at the range, maybe 1 high. So much better this time, much higher density right there in the target. You can still see that I'm obviously pulling the, low and left a little bit, but I think I do that on pretty much everything I shoot constantly in a handgun, no matter what, so that's just me. Haven't ran any chronograph numbers, but I think we're just gonna stick with this load. I'm gonna load this up one more time here, and we'll see how they act a second time, and maybe I'll be able to get chronograph data if we're not stuck outside in a freaking tornado. But let's check out our brass real quick and we'll see what's going on there. So as you see here with our lower charge, our primers are even more round than before with our higher charge. That makes sense, duh. But also we're still getting a nice clean burn, and all that powder is pretty much burning out of those cases. We don't have any blow by on going down the side of the case there, no extra sooting. We did notice at the range there were a couple cases with maybe a few little granules hanging out in there, but it was actually less than with our higher charge. So yeah, I'm starting to like the number 2 here. It does work beautifully, and the Dillon, as you've seen, flows just perfectly. Piece of cake. And I think if I just practice a little better, I can do my part, We'll see how it works with the chronograph. I don't really care if the numbers are super consistent SDs or whatever. It's freaking pistol ammo out of a 1 7/8 inch barrel. But we're here to test the brass. I'm just glad we were able to find a load along the way. But I'm gonna load those up again and see if we can do even better next time. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up for now. Thanks again for stopping by. Make sure to like the video and all that fun stuff. We'll see you in the next one where we're going to test this again. Hopefully get it on the chronograph if weather permits. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.